Are you ready, Joe? You ready to talk about it? Is it too soon?
Talk about what?
Yeah, Marco Polo, you left me hanging because you were so depressed.
Oh, my golf score?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about my actual
Still not
score.
ready.
No.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
You
Had a rough day.
Such a great day, though. You were.
No, don't try to get me to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
You think you'll ever be those people that like slow everyone down? Will you be one of those? Okay, we won't talk about it. Sorry,
I'm not excited about this, so let's move
Ben
on.
didn't even know what would happen. Well, that's all right. He'll tell you
It's
later.
a rough day at golf, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see? You guys have been teasing me so much about my my drinks, so.
A goblet?
What is that? It's like a goblet.
Why is
it
it
looks like it's from
clear?
Hawaii.
Usually you're drinking a
Did you get that at a garage sale or somebody make
urine-colored
that at
drink,
school?
but this is clear. What's going on? Have you been drinking more water recently?
Yeah.
Katie brought this home for me. She was
Did
tired
she
of
make
hearing you guys tease me
And
about
she
drinking out
thought
of
that
mason
that
jars.
makes us tease you less?
That was better.
That's worse. Look what Adam. Adam, take another drink of your drink out of that normal glass.
Yeah, it's just a glass. You know, IKEA right here.
When you raise your glass,
Welcome
I'm
to
like,
Darwin Awards
"Do you
podcast."
like-"
Do you like pina colada? That's exactly what. Literally has parrots and like
palm
suns
trees.
on the. Well, welcome to Darwin Awards podcast. We've researched some good people dying. Well, I wouldn't say dumb. Dumb people dying.
Don't know if they're
Some
good or
dumb people
bad,
dying, and
but they
we're
died
gonna
in a
present
dumb
them to
way.
you. Yeah, we've got a few of them. One, is anybody going to be talking about the Grand Canyon at all? In
I
theirs?
have.
We're not going to buy
We
the
have the
stories.
story.
It was everywhere.
I mean,
It was stupidity.
it's interesting.
It was
But
like
it's
the
the- it's
main
like-
story.
The day after someone else died.
You could have brought it to the lightning round.
Yeah,
in-
two
in
people
2
died at
days
the Grand
span.
Canyon. 2 people.
One guy just fell off.
Yeah.
The other guy voluntarily fell off.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much to fall off the Grand Canyon. Like you just have to go a little bit too far.
I heard it on some other movie the other day. They called Devil's Butt Crack. Is that right? The Grand Canyon?
Who would call it? They really had never heard that.
Oh, I heard that.
It's Nacho Libre.
All right.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's not even do a recap of last week's because I haven't even
Because we can't even remember what they were.
posted it
We
yet.
didn't do one last week, but we have reserve episodes that Joe's going to be posting.
Do we need to announce something?
We should
Yeah.
probably get this out there. It has been difficult for us to get episodes done. Like I literally have 2 episodes that I haven't even edited.
This is great because
And
we have
posted.
we have
No.
we have
This is the
backup
third
episodes.
one.
This is where we should be in this
Yeah.
this level of our podcast. You should be 3 episodes behind, so we can just post them. Don't have to worry.
I mostly feel bad for the patrons who are like, well,
Where's my content?
yeah, I'm paying, so we got to get
We're
some.
hoping because many of them are on that lower tier, they just forget about it. Keep charging.
They don't even listen anymore.
By the time they hear this, it'll be years from now.
This episode will be brought to you in 3 weeks. Think about that.
Yeah, we're gonna try. I know it's sad news, but we're gonna be trying a bi-weekly podcast.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it makes more sense, especially this time
I'm
of year.
announcing my resignation from this podcast if that happens.
Ben, you have like a big thing next week. You're like
Yeah.
busy all week.
Right?
You
End
said
of
it's
the
like
month.
a 5-day thing.
I'd say
End
end
of
of the
the month,
month. I think. Right.
Oh, okay.
All right. I don't think anybody important died.
No, but here's the thing. If somebody important does die and we talk about them, by the time I publish this thing,
It'd be old news.
Well,
It'll be-
if you hadn't heard,
Let's
Joe
predict-
Biden is
all
not
right.
dead.
yeah. Okay. There's some new
Maybe
news
even
coming out
Trump
right
at this
now.
point. I don't know.
Well.
yeah. Congratulations, Kamala Harris, for becoming our new president of the United States.
Nikki
I'm
Haley
gonna
is
say
the running-
Antonio Banderas just died. That's my guess. Who's gonna die next? Right there.
Why?
Antonio
He's gonna live forever.
Banderas.
He's a treasure.
Who's the one? Who's okay? I don't even know his name. It's all right. Let's move on. Right? Let's
All right, let's get started.
Let's do it.
yeah.
Ben, I hope you have an interesting story.
My
for
story
us.
is not very interesting whatsoever. My story comes out of Mexico. There's a lot of weird things that happen in Mexico, but usually it's cockfights
Tacos.
and gang-related cartel decapitations. Now, there were some decapitations in this story, but it has to do with black magic.
Whoa. I know black
Okay,
magic.
we're not talking about
I
the
used to use it all
game
the
Black
time.
Magic. I know how to play it.
I forgot how to play that game. I forgot
You
how to
did?
The
play
object
game.
after
just-
anything else you name that is black. So is it broccoli? Is it this? Is it the TV
try-
screen? And then
yes,
the next
you try to
option
guess.
is-
Or it could be two
Yeah.
away or three
Switch
away.
it up.
You just
Switch it
make that clear before.
It's kind of like snaps.
Okay.
It's a different version.
Yeah, super duper
Super
snaps.
duper.
Yeah.
I don't remember that either, but okay.
We should
Yeah,
play
we will.
with Joe one day.
So black magic in Mexico, in my experience, the black magic thing has to do with like trying to put a curse on somebody, and like they're always like sacrificing
yes,
animals
yes.
and stuff. It's like Santeria.
I'm not sure if
voodoo
you
doll?
hear me out here. On the
Mhm.
beach of Palamos, Girona, I'm murdering that.
Girona? Is that a state?
I don't know.
I don't think this is Mexico.
All right.
Ben's just called it Mexico because it's in Spanish, probably. Tell us, that's what you did, isn't
It's
it? That's
Spain.
what you did.
Palamos is Spain, by the way, just so you know.
Is it really?
It is.
I'm bringing a story out of Spain.
He just goes with Mexico every time he has a story in Spanish. It's kind of racist.
Yeah,
Think
let's
about
go
Well,
back to the cockfighting.
you guys
it's
did-
bullfighting.
you guys-
right?
Hey, if you have a black guy
You
in your
guys
story, you assume
lived
it's from Africa
in Mexico
or what?
for a while, and
Jeez.
you're like, yeah, okay, it sounds like somewhere in Mexico. All right, Spain. I didn't know. I would assume that black magic and witch doctors are more in Mexico than Spain, but all right, here we are.
Yeah,
Listen.
he's right, Adam. Like
Hmm?
he has a point, right? Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, and it wasn't Spanish. I searched in Spanish, okay? So that's why maybe I'm a little stupid. On the beach of Spain, a man dies after performing a black magic ritual in which he decapitated several chickens. Yeah.
Oh.
Did he
It
accidentally
says the
stab
victim, who
himself
did
or
not show
something?
any signs of violence, began to feel unwell as soon as the ritual was over.
Oh.
Investigations. Okay, so his wife and two daughters were actually really mad at him. Like, stop! Don't do this. So he relocated the chickens to the beach. He was doing it.
Are they just mad about the chickens? Are they just like, don't kill the
Just
chickens?
ceremony
they're bad
and the
at
ritual.
ceremonies, probably, yes.
I
Killing
think his
animals.
wife was
Yeah.
just
He's
over
doing
it.
it
Like,
wrong?
stop killing the chickens.
Does he?
No,
Does he eat the chickens?
They just cut their
Or is it
heads
just-
off.
No. Don't you know how sacrifices work? They're on the altar. You know, they stay
The
there.
victim,
Well,
I guess he's a victim, committed the crime in front of his wife and two daughters, who reproached him for his actions. Now, in another article, I said they were just mad at him. Reproaches this.
Apparently, they were mad at him for killing
They
the
were
chickens.
angry.
The woman, I guess his wife, alerted the emergency services after her husband had lost consciousness after feeling unwell following the funeral. Now, I don't know what the funeral means. Is it the funeral of the chickens?
Of the chickens, yeah, of the chickens.
Well, yeah, it would be.
I'm
he
wondering if
wouldn't
it's
feel
just
unwell after his
drinking the
funeral.
blood of the animals. Because they say that he did ingest something and they don't know what it is yet. I'm
Are you sure he just didn't put the curse on himself?
That's what
That's exactly what it is.
That's what
Accidentally
I'm
screwed it up
hoping.
and cursed
I'm leading to
himself.
this.
It was 3 chickens, not 4.
When they arrived, they found a grotesque scene.
So-
Numerous decapitated chickens were scattered in the sand. However, the man was not there. He made his way to an area of the rocks. And then, they said he didn't drown there, but they were unable to save his life. The hypothesis is the cause of the death is that the victim ingested some substance, which is still unknown during the rituals. They rule out criminal arguments in this case. They're going to do an autopsy.
What kind of thing
So
do you
you think he-
ingest during a ritual?
You think he drank the blood?
Could be blood.
Okay,
It
you
could be
thinking?
blood. You could do like frog legs, eye
Choked
of
on a-
newt or
choked
something
on a
weird like
bone?
that, some sort of
Or
bat
just-
wings. Yeah. Yeah, bones. Okay.
Or just a ton of drugs, and he just...
Oh,
Mushrooms.
police
He
have
just did
confirmed that
shrooms.
no charges will be filed for animal cruelty or public health issues. I mean, he's dead.
He's dead.
Well, they get-
Idiot.
Of course, you're not going to charge
That's the
them.
most European
I said,
thing I've ever heard.
no,
I'm
it
gonna
says
charge your
it won't
children
be
for
charged
this.
against the daughters or the wife. That's what they're saying.
What
Yeah.
they didn't do
Because
anything.
they didn't participate. They were like,
Didn't
Dad,
report
The
it.
crime shall
"Hey,
go
Dad,
upon the heads of the
don't
children.
don't cut our chickens' heads off and dance around. This is
don't-
weird."
Okay. Animal cruelty doesn't make sense to me because what if he was killing rats?
It's
Are
still
people
weird
okay
if
with
you
him
cut
killing
off
rats?
the heads of rats and do a ritual. I don't care. Yeah.
You're still a freak.
Hmm.
Although there's a hierarchy of
Mhm.
animal, right?
There is.
There just
Yes.
is.
Certain
I like
size
to think
animals
the
are
ritual
okay.
actually worked, but in the wrong way. Like he was cursing someone else.
Yeah,
It
just
did.
it bounced off of
Like
something.
he aimed the
and
chicken heads at
reflected back to
himself,
him.
and he's
He
supposed to be
did it
aiming them
wrong.
outward. I don't know.
and he read it backwards. And... So the stupidity in this is that he is performing a ritual in which he consumed something that he probably shouldn't
I
have.
don't think he
that
was
killed him.
intending to kill himself, but I don't know. We're gonna find out more. I'm gonna keep an eye on this story because they are gonna find out the cause of death. This only just happened a couple days ago, and it seems crazy. It just
Salmonella,
seems like
probably.
a crazy, weird story. Salmonella.
Salmonella.
It doesn't
Eating raw
kill
chicken.
you in hours.
Wasn't cooked.
Hey, this is like the second time he did it. Maybe
He did a pre-trial like
before.
beforehand. He just like tested it out. And then the next day is the day he was gonna really do the ritual.
That's funny.
Hmm.
Okay,
That is a
that was a
crazy
good story,
story.
man. I like that. That was a good
I
story.
really want to know what
Well done.
happened, what he ingested. I hope it's something stupid like. Doesn't matter.
An animal.
The chicken heads themselves, and it just he choked on it.
All right, that's a good one. Man involved in some sort of ritual. I looked up possessed and demon in my search terms this week. I didn't come up with any
Don't you
good stories.
search that every week?
Because there's
just
always
on your free
rituals.
time?
you know? Just this week, I searched for that.
You
for
didn't
the
search
podcast.
decapitated or impaled? That probably.
I didn't
Usually,
search
Joe,
decapitated, I
you
probably
search up something that has to do with genitalia.
Oh,
Yeah, he searched it.
No.
that's what's coming.
No.
Nobody
That is what's
died.
off.
And
That's
nobody
my
died.
story this week.
That's-
Oh, okay.
As expected, Joe's always
Here we go.
making-
I think Adam, you go next, though, don't you?
I'm on.
Yes, he is.
Okay. All right. Well, this story is out of Russia. This one's not for the kids, ladies and gentlemen.
Turn it down.
Turn it down real low. This happened in the town of Donetsk. It's actually where they invented the donut, by the
Yeah, I
way.
bet
Well,
you're
that's
gonna say
actually
that.
in Persia, Joe. I don't know what you're talking about.
Donuts.
You're not even looking up the right
Persia.
area.
In Persia.
Rugs are the only thing that comes up.
Where the
right
heck is that? So this man was playing, according to these Russian articles, a role-playing game.
Oh, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, D&D. He was playing D&D.
Different version.
The adult
Yeah.
D&D.
This story actually comes with a picture,
No. No.
but it's
Please.
No.
it's
No.
blurred out.
No.
But I'm not going to show it because I don't even know. I can't tell what it is.
It's going to
but-
be a
They're
man
not wearing
singing
clothes,
something
probably.
stupid. I don't want to. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Remember, this is not for the kids, everybody. This tragedy occurred after the man broke his penis.
Is it a
If it's
bone?
hard
Can
enough,
you break
probably.
it?
I don't want to look into this. I don't want to look into it.
Okay.
Let's just
Sure, it
assume
doesn't
that he
feel
can't.
good.
Okay, so look, I don't know if he's married or anything like that. So this could be, up until this point, no Darwin in my book. You know, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what's going on, but you're not expecting that to happen, right? Here's the Darwin. Despite the seriousness of the injury, the victim sought medical help a week later when the pain became unbearable.
It was embarrassing.
Doctors said we could have saved him if he had come to us in a timely fashion, but he waited a full week, and he had developed gangrene by the time he showed up. They actually had to cut
Well,
it off,
That's progressive here.
amputate the damaged organ.
That sucks because so he didn't die. Did he die?
Yeah, he died. Oh, yeah, he died.
That's even worse.
Oh, I really didn't. You're right. This would have been a Darwin even if he didn't die.
You had to cut it off, and then he dies. It's not even
that's horrible.
fun either way. It's horrible.
That's horrible. He developed what's known as dry
brave woman.
gangrene. Ben.
Now. Wow,
Yes.
Joe.
He's a 40-year-old man. He refused to explain the reasons for his actions.
So we never found out the reason?
How
No,
did
but
he
I can
break
show
it?
you what happened if you look.
How do you...
All it says is a man died from the consequences of an injury sustained during role-playing games.
So what do you put on his tombstone?
Stop.
Died of a broken...
Stop.
What?
Yeah, stop.
We're all going to have wrong
We're
answers.
not putting any of this.
Okay. He was 40. He's like my age.
You've broken something down there before,
Role-playing
haven't you?
Dungeons and Dragons. The article says, check this out. Let's recall that in the previous week, we wrote that in Moscow, a man was injured as a result of the explosion of a gas canister placed inside of his anus.
Oh.
That's a story we
wow.
missed. We missed that
How did
one.
we miss
Why
that
don't you
one?
click on it? Bring it to us in the Patreon. It
Well, that
gives
was
you a
week
link to
ago,
that,
because
right?
We didn't have a podcast.
So click it and
Yeah, I
we'll just
have a link to
we'll
it.
read it together on the Patreon.
It
I'll
exploded.
tell you,
Oh my gosh.
The reason why I didn't bring it is because they're not sure, but they suspected
Murder?
suicide.
Suicide,
So I didn't
and
wanna
that's
bring
the way you go out.
That's
up
a
your
horrible way
anus?
to try and suicide.
That's like a risky. That's really risky. You don't want
Explosion?
to survive from that.
True.
it. Oh
A
my
noose
gosh.
is easier.
Why
In
put
your
it there?
mouth.
Why not just hold it in your hands?
Blow up the brain, not the butt. If you survive, that your life is way worse.
I don't think it was suicide. I
Yeah.
don't think so. Murder, possibly.
It's,
but
it's like a
well, you guys have brought two
weird.
horrible, weird stories so far.
Mm-hmm. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I can't
Wow.
not bring that one.
What, is he drunk? He's from Russia.
He
He's
didn't
from
say
Russia.
he was
Adam makes a
drunk.
good point. He is drunk.
Mm.
He's
It's
role
cold
playing.
there. Nothing to do.
He's role playing as
Frostbite,
a sober person.
Maybe. Okay. Well, I guess we can go to break, right? I don't know. Joe's got to finish drinking
Pina
his
colada.
clear,
Cheers, guys.
purified urine.
He's filtering it out now. He's got a filter for.
Yeah.
What are those
You
things
can only
called?
filter
Those like
twice.
life
After that's
tubes,
no
where it's
good.
like instant filtration. Life straws.
Oh, yeah, those life
Is that
straws.
what
I have
you're
one of those.
using now
Mhm.
for your.
I could dip that thing right in the toilet and drink it.
Well,
It wouldn't be
the
a
problem
problem.
is, I
Life
believe
straws.
you.
I got one.
It would be
I
a problem.
believe that
It
you've
would be a
tried.
problem. I think that's what happened to that guy doing black magic.
That's what he ingested.
All right. Well.
Let me tell you something, man. I don't know why the hell anyone even listen to this podcast. Or why do people even listen? These guys have no talent, no pizzazz, and absolutely nothing to talk about. They're terrible. Absolutely terrible. If you want to pay them $5 for this horrible show, go ahead. But you're an idiot. I swear you're almost as stupid as Shaq. I heard better commentary from idiots on Twitter than listening to these clowns. But go ahead. Pay them if you want.
Have you guys ever been like angry at your kids for something and then moments later realize you shouldn't
All
have been
day
angry
today?
at them
Yes.
because
Because you were wrong about something? You were like,
Yeah.
oh, crap. Yeah, I've done that before.
I'll give an example. Once Wellington, when he was a kid, kept coming in our room and I'm like, get out of our room. You're not staying the night in our room. Turned out he had a major ear infection when he was like two or three. He couldn't talk quite yet to tell us this. But yeah, I felt so bad about it.
I remember when I
Anyway,
chewed out Jonah at Bryce Canyon for being lazy and not wanting to go on the hike. And I was like, I really laid into him about being freaking lazy, and he threw up, and he had COVID, and he was in bed for like 2 weeks after that.
You're
I feel like the
"Sorry,
worst
man."
dad alive.
Sorry, man.
I made him hike. He hiked
You know,
like 2
a guy
miles
just
after
went
I
to
yelled at
prison
him.
and made
Oh,
that kid run on
Joe.
a treadmill for like ever.
That's me.
Come on,
That's that show.
fatty, let's go on this hike.
Yeah, that's one I'm gonna think about the rest of my life.
Yep,
That's how guilty
that was
I feel about
that was
that.
I felt that one too.
With
So
the
tonight,
earache, you're yelling at your kid, and he's like dying. in
I
his room.
was so mad at Wellington when he was a kid. I'm like, get in your room. I was gonna spank him. I was like, just
That breaks
stop
your heart.
coming in
dude.
here. Yeah,
that
I
breaks
found out
your
in the
heart.
morning.
As a dad,
Yeah.
you're like, I'm
He was
an
in
idiot.
pain all night. I didn't even know. So, anyways, tonight we're at the farmer's market over here. Girls are selling suckers. We're sitting behind them, and Annabelle turns around and she is like hyperventilating, crying. I'm like, what's happening? What's going on? What's going on? Did you fall, hit your face? Somebody make fun of you? She can't even like talk. She's not even telling. I'm getting like worked up here. I'm like, just say what's wrong. Turns out a wasp landed on her eye and stung her while she was sitting there. And I had no clue. She couldn't talk. She couldn't say anything. And it stung right below her eye. On
Joe
her
and
eyelid.
I's faces just now were horror.
I know. I felt so bad. When she finally spit it out, I was like, oh my gosh. This is, felt bad. So
On your eye.
Becca took her home, put stuff on her eye, gave her some ibuprofen.
I freak out if they're in the
man,
garage.
that's a
I don't know
nightmare.
what. Stinging in the eye.
Yeah.
I've taken the month
Yeah.
off of work. I'm sabbatical.
She was just sitting there like nothing happened. All of a sudden, just turn around like
Unbelievable.
in tears.
Katie got
Okay.
stung twice the other day in the
Really?
house.
Sounds like
in the house.
Sounds like her
Well,
fault.
she's-
She
it
shouldn't
was
have left the door
in
open for
Southern-
so long. Let them in the house.
Okay, check it out. She's walking
What?
around barefoot, and she's one of her toes really starts stinging, and she's like, "Man, gosh, what is that?" Like 4 minutes later, her other toe's like killing her. She's like, "What the heck?" She looks down. There's a dying wasp on the floor. It's dying, but it's like just trying to sting anything that walks by, and it's got her toes.
Oh. No, that's horrible. How'd that wasp get in there? First of all, two, the cat's
dogs probably brought them
responsibility is to kill that thing. Who knows? Okay, great wasp. I have a horrible wasp story for the Patreon. By the way,
Yeah, I
You guys see
did
one
see the
out there?
wasp one.
The what?
there's bad one out there. Okay, well let me share my.
Yeah, not a Darwin, but yeah, bad
no,
story.
let me share it. Let me tell me. Does this share the actual picture, or is this sharing the whole article right now?
Picture.
Just the picture.
Okay, beautiful.
There's
what do you think happened here?
Someone got
What
blessed
happened
with a
to this
huge Christmas present. What am I looking at? It's a.
It does. It looks like a Christmas present laying in the middle of the road with people around it and like some sort of police.
Someone's got a safety helmet on.
Yeah,
with,
it's like they
with
use scarves
speakers.
for police
What is
tape.
that helmet? Is it an Iron Man helmet?
This is a crazy. Is this AI?
I don't know. That's a good. Okay, this is what the story I'm sharing about right now. This comes out of Cambodia. I don't know how many stories we've had.
Only a
Cambodia.
few.
So this happened at 1 a.m. on August 2nd. Okay, so this man, sources say, this man had embarked upon a drinking spree, which didn't end well for him when he fell asleep somewhere.
I like when it says
No,
embark.
okay.
Like he's going on a quest.
It's just the
Still,
translation.
I love the.
Yes.
He
I
embarked
love.
upon a
I
voyage.
love the translations.
He embarked on a drinking spree. It's a journey.
He fell asleep. That looked like the middle of a dirt road.
That's where they dragged his body. No. He decided to curl up on the railroad tracks. That sounds like the best place to fall asleep. Yes, it was 4 hours later. He was hit by a train that was traveling.
hmm
I guess you're that drunk you don't hear a train coming.
was it
Feel
the
it.
Polar Express? Is that why he's
Santa
wrapped like a
doesn't go to
Christmas present?
Cambodia.
Good one, Joe.
It's not Santa Claus. It's something else.
I know we've had a few drunks that either fall off the road or they're down a cliff or they have slept in the street before. I'm pretty sure. I mean,
Oh,
or under
I
a
pulled
car
up about
even.
4
But
great drunk guy train stories today, and then I looked at the article and it was Yahoo, and then all of them were like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Do not bring up any Yahoo story ever.
Yahoo.
They're just recycling.
Yahoo has
They just
ruined our searches recently. This
I
is
always just say minus
Smart.
Yahoo.
Smart.
I know, I
negative
know. You have to do that. You kind of have to. This is not Yahoo. This is the very popular
Chimera.
Chimera Times.
Chimera Times. So
And I just thought it was entertaining that you would sleep on the railroad track. Actually, there's more pictures.
Is it
that are better
warmer?
Than that one, actually.
Is it warm?
Oh, there's more
Why was
pictures.
this-
I'm
Well,
excited.
here we go. So here's the railroad track. You
Cambodia's definitely, it's got to be warmer.
Maybe
right
he
now,
was
right?
sleeping near it.
Yeah.
Not.
Does it look comfy?
Does it
on
look
there?
comfy
I
anywhere?
I don't
there?
see any. It's like just rocks.
Is there any more pictures than those two? I think it's
Nice.
those two pictures.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know anything about Cambodia, but this is what I imagine right here.
I think our cousin
Cambodia.
Mark is married to a Cambodian.
Did she get?
From
No, she's Filipino. I thought.
Indonesia. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, that's what I
yeah,
said.
you're right, Filipino.
I knew a Cambodian very well.
Really?
Yeah, she escaped the Khmer Rouge and she lived in Washington. We got to be good friends because she's the one who came in to clean the room at my work.
Oh, I met her. I remember seeing that
Did
at your
you?
work. Yeah.
That lady's story is crazy. Cambodia's a crazy place. Her grandma tried to kill her because she was born on like the wrong day and it was a curse.
That's why they
Something like
practice
that.
black magic over there.
Ah,
Remember,
yes.
We used to be on the podcast all the time, and she'd come
Oh,
in.
was
and
that-
back to
is
me,
that
like,
the lady?
Oh, not right now.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember her. I think you
Yeah.
even said hi once on the podcast for us.
Yeah. Sometimes we still message her. She's like became kind of like a family friend.
Well, how you liking your current custodian over there? Getting it done over there? Did they take away all your bathroom signs you put in there?
I haven't
What
looked
happened
at
to
it.
I don't.
those-
We have you. We have you for Christmas,
I
and
gotta find
we were at Hobby Lobby just yesterday or a couple days ago, and we're like,
Well, that's a great place.
maybe we just buy them a bunch of signs, but not from here, like the DI. Live,
No.
laugh, love.
That's a
just
great
give
idea.
You all the signs you need for your house.
Oh my gosh.
In this
Yeah.
kitchen, we
Joe,
dance.
we have that sign.
You know what I would do, Ben? Every time I'd visit your house, I'd hide one there. And there'd always be a new sign.
That should be a
Just
new
hang it
tradition.
somewhere
Anytime we go to
inconspicuous.
anybody's house, mom's, anybody's
Hide
house,
something.
we just, especially Greg's
A little
house,
sign.
put down his little man cave.
Well, Greg, I hit a 5-hour energy in Greg's house. It was almost there, I want to say a year.
That's not
The other
same.
day, he finally reached out to me. He's been searching for a year, and he's like, I'm desperate. I need one right now. And I'm like, well, I'll tell you where it is. And it was just sitting on a shelf in his house. He couldn't even find it.
Next
was
time I'm
great.
in town, I'm bringing to Ben's house one of those. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lords. It's going to be hidden around.
Hey, just hang it like
There
In
was a
the basement. He made
podcast
it
I
right
was
to the
listening to,
walls.
or something where someone says that that's their new thing is they don't take things from people's houses. They get rid of stuff in their house that it's
they leave things.
junk, and they're like,
Oh,
put it in
junk.
their house.
That's so screwed up.
I'm just gonna bring Ben a broken like
Yeah,
weed
I'll-
eater
yeah,
and put it in
I'll-
his garage.
I'll see it next year. And be like, did I get that at a garage sale?
Wait, when is that? What is that?
All right, well, let's move on to the lightning round. Anybody who's new to this podcast or not new to this podcast, we'll find out. We're about to do a little quick teaser round where we all share a headline of a story or a teaser, and we vote on the one we want to add to our first three. So I went last. So my teaser or headline is going to be, it comes out of India and involves a man attempting to exit a train.
Okay. My teaser, if you like Peru and the Incans and Machu Picchu, you should choose my story. Because I'll show you a pretty picture when I
Who likes
share it with you.
the ink?
They're not even around anymore.
I'm doing
Is
my
this
best.
a current story?
He's pulling it out of some Egyptian old scroll,
ancient history?
some tablets. This might be the most Nebraska thing. I've never been to Nebraska, but I imagine jumping out of a pickup truck is one of their daily exercises.
Yes, we've had that before. I think I'm going to invite and vote on Joe because I think my story and Ben's story might be short and to the point, but Joe might have
True.
more details.
Mine is short and to the point, but it could involve some laughter on the Patreon that we can get on board with. I'll choose Joe's too. I have seen Joe's story. Well, in my tabs
Wow.
I have a could be wrong, but Machu Picchu doesn't come up
How
very
about you-
often. So
No, it doesn't.
So I
It's
like
gotta
it.
be the
and,
same
I'll
story.
vote for Joe's.
I was
All
going to
right.
be
Yeah,
sacrificed.
you know
to
what?
go to a
Why haven't there
volcano.
been more ritual sacrifices on Machu Picchu?
You know, maybe that's why the world's falling apart. We don't have enough ritual sacrifices
Yes,
anymore.
I've been saying that. That's why the guy with the chickens
He
earlier
saved
was trying to-
a billion lives, and we don't even know about it.
Maybe we could fix the U.S. by if we took a bunch of the cat
Okay.
ladies and chucked them into the volcanoes.
Are you talking
Why
about
the
all
cat
the
ladies?
Democrats, Joe? Adam,
I have
All
cats.
right, for
All the
those
cat
of you
ladies.
that don't know,
Wait,
Adam doesn't
Joe
pay
has cats.
attention to social media, but the VP JD
I do.
Vance says
I
that a lot
do.
of Democrats are just single cat ladies, sad cat ladies that are
ladies.
imposing their.
Hey, my
Yeah,
wife's
well,
a cat lady.
Yikes!
Hey, we have
get her a
we
Biden
have
sign.
2 cats, but
Yeah, you have 2 cats. How is
but
your?
we all have children. We've reproduced. See,
Yeah, you know, Georgie, your daughter, told us the cats are still enjoying their cat tower. By the way,
they love it. Did she? She tested.
Did you
guys?
get them a cat
she
tower?
did. She's like, they just. We just had one. Our cats didn't use. I got in a pallet.
Nice.
So, sent it
It's
Joe's
a
way.
big one. They love it. All right. Like I said, this story is in Spanish, so it's definitely out of Mexico.
That's where
I
they
bet
speak
Machu
Spanish. That's
Picchu
it.
is-
Nowhere else.
Mexico.
It's actually out of Peru, but Ben, to your credit, this is a Mexican man in Peru. Haha.
Oh, what's his name? Juan.
It just
Okay.
says a Mexican tourist.
Dang it!
Oh, his name is Blas Luna.
I've never heard of that name.
The name Blas is usually a last name.
Blas.
Yeah, and
He's
Luna
an illegal
is-
immigrant there, and yet he's
Girl's
a
name.
name.
Yes, he is. He, instead of going north, he
Well,
went
he's
south.
on vacation. He's tourist.
Got to escape to Peru. He died on Friday, August 2nd, so just a few days ago, while touring the citadel of Machu Picchu, located in Peru. It's beautiful. You guys know
No,
anything
but
about
you've
Machu
been
Picchu?
there, haven't you?
No, I've never been to Peru. I've never been to South America.
Oh no, no,
Chichen
you went
Itza.
to. I'm sorry, again. You went to
Yeah.
Mexico.
Chichen
It's
Itza. It was a
similar.
little different. Look, Machu Picchu's way up in the mountains.
Yeah, it's like
It's beautiful.
7,970 feet tall. I know that. And
Wow.
it
Random. What else, huh?
it's located at 1572. You know, I know the coordinates where
Alright.
it is.
Oh,
That's,
really? Latitude. Okay. Well, this man was 72 years old.
oh, senior
Okay,
citizen.
sorry.
Wow,
Sorry.
Gotcha.
geriatrics here.
He
It's,
tripped trying to climb it.
He was just a tourist there. Okay, age 72. They've expressed condolences to his family. It should be noted that this man was taking a selfie.
Oh, okay.
That's
Do
that's what
72-year-olds
bothered me about
know
this.
how to take good selfies?
No, they don't.
No.
Yeah, do 72-year-olds take selfies? Like, is that a thing?
No, they don't. So I imagine if he lost his balance, it's okay because he doesn't
He's
know
too busy
how
trying
to
to figure
take
out to turn the
selfie.
camera around.
I mean, I'm not saying 17-year-old or 72-year-olds don't know how. It's just that
There's no
they
reason
don't.
for selfies at 72.
Well, we know some 72-year-olds.
I don't want to look at my face.
Or some in that age
Yes,
range.
we do.
And they don't take any selfies.
They don't
to
do
be fair,
selfies.
Dad does
He
take
doesn't
some good
do
selfies when he does.
He never does.
I've seen some.
He hands
yes,
the
he does.
camera
I've
to
seen
Mom,
some
and
selfies,
has
they're
her
pretty
take
great. No,
He fell about 3 meters onto some other little
3?
plat- Yeah,
I
3.
thought you were going to say like
6 feet.
300.
No, he's 72.
Hey, what is that? Is that like 10 feet?
Wait, no, it's 9 feet. Yeah, he just fell off of one of those.
He's an
little
old man.
steps.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
I
I thought it was going to be like
I guess
off of
10
Machu
feet is
Picchu
like
itself.
the roof.
He just fell off
He
one of
fell
those
off a
mountain.
No, to bring up that picture again. He fell off just one of those
Yeah.
little.
No, in fact, I think I have a
Grooves, those
picture of how he
farming-
fell. You guys want to see where?
That's the worst. 10-foot drop?
Yeah, I feel
Selfie?
bad bringing this
No,
story
I
now.
don't think it's funny. I think it's hilarious.
I shouldn't have brought the story.
No, it's good.
Like
It's
he just
good.
fell like from here to here. Like
Ah,
this little-
yes. Well, no, I get
No,
it's like
that's
steps
only
up
1
to
meter.
the pyramid is what it is. and
Maybe he fell down a couple of them. You know.
But it's like soft grass. It's not like you fell on it.
He probably just tripped on one of the ropes. To be fair, this is an accident.
He went over the
story.
ropes onto the soft grass.
It might not even be a selfie. It
Yeah,
could
he
just
probably
He was facing the camera
Fine.
forward.
Okay.
playing words with friends and he fell.
I'm gonna bring my story. I'm
He's playing words with friends.
I'm taking this story back.
He's just trying to figure out the wordle of the day.
It looks like I'm going to win this week, but let's go ahead and do a recap.
I don't.
Recap.
All right. Story number 1 was a man committing black magic, cutting the heads off of
Committing it?
chickens.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if you
What
did.
is it?
That's a
Okay, hold on.
crime.
He's performing
Performing.
black magic,
Mhm.
and he took some sort of substance and died. Story number 2 was a man who was role-playing, probably Dungeons and Dragons, and
Mm-hmm.
injured his pee-pee, and then didn't go to the hospital and got gangrene. Chopped it off,
pee-pee head?
and he died. That's like, you're right.
Couldn't they just let him? Couldn't they just let him die? Like,
Yeah,
we
how
gotta
about
chop
in-
it off first.
We're gonna do this. 1% chance you survive. We're gonna do it anyways.
Story number 3 was a Cambodian drunk who fell asleep on the train tracks. Story number 4 was a Mexican tourist taking a selfie at Machu Picchu.
Okay, these are actually all
Yeah, they're not
funny
the greatest
stories.
Darwins.
Should have just brought the guy from the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, like two people fell off the
No.
Grand Canyon being stupid.
The devil's butt.
All right, well, Ben, you get the job of voting first. Tell us your choice
Yeah, I
and
don't know.
why.
Performing black magic, that's Darwin if you die, but I don't know how he died, so I cannot vote yet.
You also don't know why
The
he
story's
committed
still
the
out.
black magic. Could
I don't know. If you're cutting chickens' heads off and spreading them in a circle, you sound like an idiot, and maybe you deserve to die or don't. I don't care. The obvious Darwin is sleeping drunk on the train tracks. I mean, guy did it himself. Like, I guess I gotta vote for that. I haven't voted for a drunk on the train tracks story in a while.
It's been a while.
I just don't know what the guy was role playing with, Joe, for your story. I don't know what substance my guy came with, and then I think you just came with an old guy that tripped on vacation. So
okay, Ben's going for the
Trains.
most Darwin. Probably it sounds like good reasoning. No, I get to vote. Oh gosh, I think I'm gonna have to agree with Ben as much as I. Yeah,
They're
I'm
good
gonna have to agree with
stories.
that. It is the most. It seems like just the classic idiot thing to do. The other ones are funny. This one's really.
But who wrapped him in red wrapping
That's what
paper
they
like
have in
green and
Cambodia.
white?
They didn't have to put a bow on there though. Like they
Little-
put a bow on top.
Yeah.
They probably put
There's a
his
random Iron Man.
pieces back in a body shape because it probably didn't look good. So they just,
I thought there's a pig
All
right
right,
there.
the construction tape was a little different. It looked like scarves tied together to block off
the
the
police
No,
tape.
no,
It was
the-
like celebratory. It was like the celebratory tape.
No, the blue and white checkers is also, I think, what they do in England.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's their caution
Well,
tape.
It blends in. You don't really notice. But,
It looked like those little
Yeah,
flags
it's
that
not,
they put
like,
over
shocking.
cute streets, you know? That's really-
yeah,
So it looked like the Tour de
Yes,
France was going
that's
by.
exactly
I mean, that's what they tape it
in
off
Cambodia.
That tour to Cambodia.
Make a quick
on the
stop there.
tricycles. There you go. Just cool.
Okay. Well,
with. It's surprising we haven't been
did we say
canceled yet.
congrats to this guy yet?
You haven't voted, Adam.
Oh, did my vote count? It doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm voting for the dude laying on the tracks.
Not this year, it doesn't, unless
Yeah.
you're dead.
Well,
guy's
congratulations, Cambodian drunk sleeping on the train tracks. Probably suicide, but we voted for it anyway.
Yes.
Probably not. There's no sign that it was a suicide. He just fell asleep on the train tracks, or we know.
Mm.
We'll redact it if we find out otherwise. All right. Well, for those of you who want to stick around for bonus content, if you're a patron, just keep listening. If you're on our Apple Podcast Connect, what is it called? Darwin Awards Plus on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify, you can just keep listening, and you're going to hear some interesting stories like...
Like when you search the term freak accident, and the first story that comes up involves a polar bear.
Ooh.
Are we going animal themed here? Because I'll just read you the headline here. Man almost dies after sex game
Oh,
with
nice.
eels.
I
Use your
think we already did
imagination on
story.
that
Wasn't
one.
that the one?
I think it's
No,
a
I
new
think
eel
it's-
story.
I think that was the role-playing one, wasn't it? that Joe just read?
Role playing. You're the eel.
Okay.
Uh,
He said eel game. What that is? It's like
I
Squid
have
Game,
a
but
story.
different.
They are making a new Squid Game
Hey,
on
it's
Netflix.
wow. Eel games. I have a man who decided to get revenge on the seagull who stole his daughter's French fry.
Oh,
Yes, about
old
time.
seagulls. Seagulls are back.
Yeah,
He
take
punched
back
it in
what's
the
yours.
face. He probably punched it with a newspaper, my guess.
Right, I'll give one. I've got a fish story.
A whale or a fish?
Not an eel. No. Imagine catching
And
a
then
fish.
it falls into the
but you're the
river
one that
and
dies.
it goes away, and you
And it's like
lose
and
alone.
it's like 4 feet long. It's like the biggest fish ever. It's like 5 days of food.
and you
Here-
lose it.
Let's just go into
All
it.
right,
Let's just go into it. He didn't catch a fish. He caught a bunch of fish
A school.
in a net.
A flock.
A 28-year-old man was dragged by a fishing net and
Well, the
drowned.
big fish. They just took him away.
No, he just threw a net out, caught a bunch of fish, but the net caught on his hand, and the school of fish dragged him into the river.
Cartoon.
According to the fire department,
Across the water like Captain Hook.